Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Let's take a look at the latest support and resistance levels and if there are any adjustments to wave counts or scenarios necessary. First of all, the structure hasn't shifted since yesterday. Okay, so we haven't taken out any meaningful high. We haven't broken below any support levels and the market basically just sort of, consolidates a little bit. It's weekend, overall we're just in a sideways range, as you can see, especially here since the 13th of April. There hasn't been any meaningful price action. This is all range-bound movement, corrective price structures. So as you can clearly see, I know people can't hear the word corrective anymore, but it is, it's not trending, okay? There is no trend here. This is just sideways, and that basically, if you follow Elliott wave or not, it is a range. Okay, it is a range. You can do what you want. Can't do anything about that. It is boring. It is frustrating, but that's precisely what corrections are, and that's precisely why knowing about Elliott wave is so helpful, because it helps us understand when we are in a correction. Okay, so you can clearly see the difference between what we're doing now and what we saw here in this entire period from the September lows 23, especially here into the December highs. I mean, that was not corrective, okay? And at the time I highlighted, it's not corrective, okay? This here is sideways, okay? This was also a correction here. And these are just boring, okay? And this is obviously a large wave degree, which is why it takes so long. So looking at the micro count, again, the scenarios are still alive, both of them. There is the potential that in the white scenario, we see an immediate decline, but then it would need to go down directly from here, because the invalidation point for the white scenario, which is an A, B, C structure, the invalidation point is the B wave top. Okay, so the potential, and that's not my assumption, but there's a potential that that move down here was a wave one in a wave one of an ending diagonal in wave C. So it's an ABC structure to the downside in wave one in the white count. This here currently is a wave two rally, but so it must not go above that B wave top at round about $159.80. If it does, it's not white anymore. So against this high, the focus could be on the downside if you believe that this is playing out. For me, this is not the most likely scenario, just because the B wave was very shallow and it just structurally looks a little bit more like a larger ABC structure to the upside, but both are technically valid. Also, the three-wave move down doesn't really give me much confidence that we see a direct decline. So that's, however, still valid as the white count, and it takes a break below support, $124.87, and I'm talking about a convincing break of support to confirm this one. Until then, it's possible that we get a larger B wave, and that is sort of what I'm watching for. And that larger B wave could reach $159.49 to $191. That's measured based on the idea that we could be dealing with either an ABC flat in wave B or an ABC, okay? So that's both possible, and it doesn't really matter in practice. So in this scenario, we should see the price go a little bit higher. In a higher B wave, the price should go above that $160 level and or at least test it, yeah. So this is an area to watch, an area of interest. When the price gets in there, there could be a reaction to one of these Fibonacci levels, and then any 5-wave move to the downside that breaks below support would indicate that we are starting the C wave down, that the trapdoor opens into the, you could say possibly mid $70 region. It will depend on, where this B wave ends. Then we can calculate the target for the C wave, and it might only be like the $90 region. Okay, but this is just support. So sometimes people quote me and say, "Oh, Ben said it's going to go down to 72." No, I'm just saying this is support. This is not a target yet until we have a B wave top. So it might just go to $90. We cannot calculate the target for wave C to the downside as long as we don't have a top in place in wave B. Yeah, that's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.